Hello and welcome back to Her Becoming, episode 18. I am your host, Kayla Countryman, and it is a pleasure to have you here with me today. We are switching things up in a few ways today. First of all, if you're watching the video, you might notice that I'm in a different place. I'm actually recording this today from my childhood bedroom, which is so special and such a full circle moment in my own journey of becoming. But the real thing that we are switching up today is we are launching a series that we will be carrying through this entire month of September. So I want to officially welcome you into the Reset. For the entire month of September, we will be focusing on getting your life back on track in every single area and taking a holistic approach to improving your wellness and your lifestyle so that you can become the woman that you want to be by the end of the year. In this first episode, I'm going to be breaking down the intention behind this series, and we'll be doing a little bit of a life audit to help set you up for success over the next 4 weeks. So before we get too far down that rabbit hole, know that this first episode is meant to be treated as a workshop. So if you have a journal that you can grab and do so safely, I encourage you to grab it and follow along, take notes as we go. If you are driving or multitasking, that is perfectly fine. You will still be able to get what you need out of today's episode. So why now and why the reset? If you're active on social media, you've likely seen people referring to this time of September through December as the great lock-in, which I think is hilarious. And everyone is jumping in on locking in to really achieve your goals by the end of the year. But I want to dive into the intention behind the timing of this and why it actually makes sense to lock in September. So first and foremost, we have Virgo season. Personally, I'm a Virgo moon. If we have any Virgos listening, I love you guys. I adore you. Virgos thrive on systems, structure, and routines, making them incredible with organization. This time of year, Virgo season, the energy is really supportive of building frameworks that will help life feel less chaotic and more intentional. Virgo is also the queen of planning ahead. Virgo brings in clarity and the ability to map out processes step by step. So think of this season, Virgo season, as the time to set realistic goals and create sustainable plans to help you support those goals. Virgo is also associated with decluttering, clearing, and making space, the sign of refinement and purification. So right now is the perfect time to let go of what no longer serves you so that you can create space for alignment and the things that do serve you. If astrology isn't your thing, we still see these same themes in other areas in this time of year. For example, back to school season. From childhood, we have been conditioned to approach September as back to school season. It's when we release the free flow of summer and really get back into our routines. We go shopping and we get new supplies that will set us up for success in our next year of education. We reset our schedule, go back to having a bedtime, go back to having early mornings, go back to our day-to-day class schedules. It makes sense in our being, even if we're not in school, to adopt these same practices in adulthood. And that makes this time of year, September, such an essential and aligned time for us to reset. You could even carry this back to school theme into the reset and take yourself shopping for school supplies. Maybe that's a new calendar. Maybe that's a new journal. Maybe those are colorful markers, just to really lean into the playfulness and that inner child joy that this back to school season brings. September is also the month that we transition from summer into fall. It is quite literally the season of change. And there's a lot of themes throughout this month and throughout this season that we will be visiting, but the biggest one that is aligned with the reset is transformation. Living in alignment with the seasons, which I'm a huge fan of, means adjusting your lifestyle to the characteristics of each season. So for fall, leaves are literally changing colors. They are transitioning, they are transforming. And as the leaves change in color, the dead leaves fall. And the leaves don't just fall and become useless. I think this is such a beautiful analogy for life. The dead leaves actually fall and they nourish the ground. They provide essential nutrients to help that tree or that plant continue to grow and evolve. That is the season, that is the energy of the reset. Releasing what no longer serves us, making space for what does, and welcoming in that new growth. This is the season that we invite ourselves to begin again, and nature is here to show us the exact way. So, in this first episode of The Reset, we're really going to focus on becoming aware of what in your life needs to change. What's working well for you right now? What's not working so well for you right now? Where do you personally need to lock in and take your focus for the remainder of this month? That's what today will be about. In the following 4 episodes, because yes, September has blessed us with 5 Tuesdays in this month, we will focus on one area of your health and life. So we're going to tackle mental health, physical health, emotional, spiritual health, as well as career alignment and purpose, with the understanding that all of these different areas of our health make up the person that we are and the person that we're becoming. So today we are going to begin with the Reset Audit. This is really where we take inventory to assess the unique areas in your life to help you identify what maybe do you need a little bit more of? Where could you be more tender with yourself? What are you calling in this season? And where does your heart and your spirit really need you to focus as you go on this journey to continue to become the best version of you? So I'm going to guide you through a series of guided prompts, and you're welcome to grab your journal. You're welcome to just listen and think through these in your head. You're welcome to pause the video. Whatever feels good for you, do that. And know that I will be placing these prompts in the show notes as well, so you can come back to them and reflect at any time. Okay, section number 1 in your Reset Audit is physical health. I want you to ask yourself, does my current lifestyle accurately reflect how I want to feel? Notice the want there. Think of the food that you eat. Think of your movement routine, your sleep, your habits. Are they in alignment with the person that you say you want to be? Does my current lifestyle accurately reflect how I want to feel? Go ahead and reflect on that. Next is your mental health. What recurring thought patterns or beliefs am I holding on to that are keeping me small? What recurring thought patterns or beliefs am I holding on to that are keeping me small? Another one I want you to reflect on here is, do I believe that I am worthy of the life that I say I want? Why or why not? Do I believe that I am worthy of the life I say that I want? Why or why not? Again, I invite you to press pause and really take a moment to dive in. Next is emotional and spiritual. Ask yourself, do my relationships, boundaries, and spiritual practices nurture me or drain me? Followed by, where do I need deeper connection or more intentional self-care? Where do I need deeper connection or more intentional self-care? Next, we'll get into your environment. In episode 16, we talked a lot about how your environment needs to match the woman you're becoming rather than being a reflection of a past version of you. So the question I want you to ask yourself here is, does my physical environment, my home, my workspace, my social circle, reflect the lifestyle and identity of my future self? Does my physical environment reflect the lifestyle and identity of my future self? And a follow-up to that, what places or people feel out of alignment? Next is career alignment. Does my work, my business, or my career bring me a sense of purpose? Follow up to that, is there something more that I want for myself that I am hesitant to pursue? Is there something more that I want for myself that I am hesitant to pursue? A reminder here to be honest with yourself. What comes up for you? Allow what shows up, even if it's a little scary, to be the truth today. And a few more prompts just to wrap this up. If I imagine my future self at the end of this year, what would she thank me for starting or stopping right now? If I imagine my future self at the end of this year, what would she thank me for starting or stopping right now? This is one you might want to close your eyes and take a deep breath to really connect with. And to bring it all full circle, of the topics that we just covered, physical health, mental health, emotional spiritual health, and career alignment, which of those areas do you feel most in alignment? And which of those areas do you feel most out of alignment? This is important. I want you to make note. Write it down on a sticky note in your phone. I don't care. Somewhere. Where do you feel most in alignment and where do you feel most out of alignment? We are going to cover all 4 of those topics in the next 4 weeks. So it's really important that you understand where you're feeling your best and where you need the most support. Again, I will put all of these prompts in the show notes so that you can revisit them and come back as needed. This first intro to the reset was really just meant to help you extract what requires your attention in this season. Where are you feeling good and where are you feeling a little bit stuck? Where are you feeling like I need to direct my attention to this area of my life and really focus on becoming the woman I want to be by doing X, Y, and Z? It's a lot to consider. And that's why we're going to be breaking down these topics over the next 4 weeks. But for right now, following this episode, I just want you to take time to really sit with what showed up for you today. You don't need to immediately address it or go into fixer mode. Just simply notice what stands out. What did you learn about where you are now and where you want to be? Awareness is always going to be step 1 in creating change in your life. The reset will continue next week. We are going to dive deep into your mind and your mental health and how you can get back on track with feeling your absolute best in this season of transformation. So I will see you on the next episode. As always, I encourage you, send this to a friend, share on social, get the word out that we are diving into the reset for the entire month of September, and we are getting back on track. I will see you next week, and until then, be well.